Take it to the next level.
Why hello, it's me again, Moxie, here for another reaction video. Now the video I'm about to react to has been brought to us by none other than a Odin wolf. And what we're about to see here by an Odin wolf is, should these fursuits be allowed? Now, I've seen some fursuits in my time that have been just downright weird looking. I've looked a lot of them on Google Images and just looked all over the place on the internet. One time I actually looked into buying a fursuit, but just saying, those things are expensive. Now, if anybody knows where I can get a fursuit at a discount, let me know. But besides that, I couldn't find one. But what we're about to see here by, oh, I've already said it, sorry. My mind's kind of flustered today. But besides that, let's have fun, get this party started. So without further ado, let's go.
You ever see a fursuit and you just think to yourself, whoa, is that even allowed, like in public or at a convention? Well, I've thought of that many times myself. When I see certain fursuits pop up in various social media feeds, some of them are absolutely ridiculous and I'm like, wow. I don't know, man. I don't think that should be allowed at a con or out in public. You can have that at home. I don't care, but like, damn. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing various fursuits and kind of thinking like, should this be allowed in public at a con or should this not be allowed? Why? And I also want you guys to comment below and give your own opinions because this is an opinion video. I do want to see what you guys have to say. And also before we start, please hit like. It just helps out the algorithm. I don't know why. It's a mysterious thing, but do hit like and the bell and subscribe. Corny, but please, it does help out. Anyway, let's get to the first suit. Now, it's in the thumbnail. It's this suit right here. And,
okay, now I will admit, that suit shouldn't be at a con or in public. I will admit that. But is it wrong that I want to motorboat that suit's tits? Or is that just me? But besides that, let's keep going.
It's a lot. And I'm not really talking about this suit in particular. I'm more talking about the idea of this suit. So when you see a suit that has hyper breasts like that, should that be allowed at conventions? I see this suit here and I've like blurred out their eyes because it's not about the particular suit, because I'm not even saying that this suit has tried to go out in public or at a con. I don't care about this particular suit. I'm trying to say, like, should suits that are that busty be allowed in public at a con? And my opinion is, well, no. Honestly, no. I'm not saying fursuits with just any bust at all shouldn't be allowed. Like, for example, here's this suit. And this suit. And
okay, now, those look normal enough to be at a con. I will say that much. Oh boy, I've always wanted to go to a furry con. But besides that,
honestly believe that both these suits are completely acceptable and should be allowed at conventions, in public, wherever, because let's face it, anatomy is natural and, you know, female furries or female identifying furries sometimes have breasts, and that's okay. They should be allowed in public at cons. And I know this was a big Twitter argument. Believe me, we're going to be talking about more than just the booby or not booby argument, but like fursuits that have normal size or like within the possibility of normal size chests, that's acceptable. But when you get to hyper like this, that to me is like you are focusing on a element of the body and you are sexualizing it and you are fetishizing it. And once you bring that into public, that can make various con goers and other people feel very uncomfortable. So that's, to me, when you push the boundary and you go, hey, that's too much, that shouldn't be allowed at a con. And I know there's multiple suits that have hyper chests like that, and honestly, that's totally cool. I've nothing against it, but keep it in the bedroom and at home. That's my opinion on it. Now there's other suits with other questions like this. So I have to basically blur it out, but there's also hyper junk on male suits. And this one you don't need.
okay, I will admit that definitely shouldn't be allowed in a con. Just saying, hyper-sized dick. Ugh. I understand you're trying to accentuate your manhood, but really. But besides that,
just obviously don't bring this to a convention. But that also brings a question like, should you allow fursuiters with underwear on at a convention? And my opinion is yes. However, there's stipulations. When it's undies on a suit, I don't think there should be really a bulge at all. I think it should be more like this right here. I think this is a good example. It's just normal undies. It just looks cute. It's just like a piece of clothing. It's clearly not bringing attention to that area at all, and it's not sexualizing it at all. And the reason I want to bring this up as well is because I have personal experiences with this. I am completely guilty of wearing undies that were not appropriate for a public setting at a convention in the past. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't bring up my mistake. In the past, I've talked about this before. I've apologized for this before. Believe me, it was a very stupid mistake. In 2015, at a convention, I wore undies on a suit that were far too revealing. Here's the picture. Obviously, I'm gonna blur it because it's YouTube. It was stupid. I was stupid. Now, I was only stopping for a second to take a picture, and the rest of the time I covered myself, but whatever. The point is, there's a picture of it, and it's out there, and I did it. It was a mistake. Now, undies like that are revealing, not okay in public. I learned that the hard way in 2015, and don't ever make the mistake I did, because that was stupid. I was stupid. I've learned from it. I've grown from it. But undies as a whole on suits, I say yes. What do you guys think? Because I know that's still controversial, which is kind of crazy to me, but it's still controversial. Now this next suit.
Well, technically, if it's undies on a fursuit, I don't see a problem with it personally, as long as it's appropriate undies.
I found is like kind of hilarious, but I forgot about it. It's just the butthole suit. I'm gonna blur it just because it's YouTube, but rest assured there's like a big cartoon butthole on this suit. And I know with this type of dog or whatever that might be anatomically correct, I guess, just have a big old booty hole showing. But no, don't have big.
What does this guy do? Walk in conventions and say, "Well, I'm ready." What the hell? I understand that might be anatomically correct, but still, have some respect.
Can't believe I'm saying this. Don't have a big butthole on your suit in public.
Okay, I will admit that it's funny though.
Alright, cons. I'm not even saying they tried to or whatever. It's just any suit. Butthole. Also, here's a very infamous example. Well, it is a sample. It is affectionately known as carpet sample. Now, right here, if it was just this suit with no context.
Did that fursuit come out of my nightmares?
As unsettling as I may personally find it to be aesthetically, I don't have any problem with it going to a con or any suit that I don't personally like. Who cares? As long as it's not doing any harm to anybody. A suit can be poorly made or not aesthetically pleasing to most, but you know what? If that person likes it, that's their suit. I don't care. However, there's context behind carpet samples, and it's it's not great. And I'm just gonna like paraphrase this bit. They said no one's gone behind the true horror story of carpet samples. So it was created out of stuffed animals that the creator did adult acts to. Yeah, there's a lot of bodily fluids on these stuffed animals, and it wasn't washed. He skinned them and slowly started assembling into this abomination. And again,
can someone say yeast infection?
Wasn't washed. They compared it to Buffalo Bill. But yeah, this obviously Buffalo Bill. This obviously goes without saying though. But if you have a lot of bodily fluids on your suit, that just don't go out in public with it. Clean it off. Maybe don't make a suit out of your crusty trophies. Yeah, that one's gonna be a no. I think everyone out there is gonna agree with me. No, that doesn't belong in public. Definitely keep that in your bedroom and nowhere else. So this kind of brings up the next question. Should a publicly known mersuiter be allowed at a con? Like, there's a lot of mersuits, right? A lot of public mersuiters, and they do adult things in their suit. So should that suit be allowed in public at a convention? And the answer is yeah, they honestly should. And the reason I've said it before, and I'll say it again, is because mersuiters are generally the most clean suiters out there, because after every use, they thoroughly clean and sanitize their suit. So, if you are a mersuiter, hi, that's how I started. A long time ago, I was a mersuiter, and this is now a YouTube body. Well, I'm not wearing it, but this is a YouTube body that's not a mersuit. But still, thoroughly clean the suits, and yeah, they should be allowed in public as long as they're clean. But I mean, even if you didn't mersuit in a suit and it smells gross, you shouldn't be allowed in public. Like, clean your damn suits. That's all I'm saying. Do you guys agree with me? Because I know it's still controversial somehow, but let me know in the comments. You don't have to agree with me, and that's all right, okay? Okay, so here's a more contentious one. Fursuits with giant bellies like this. Now, I talked about suits like these in the past.
I understand they're related to a type of furry hentai known as vor, but I don't know about this one.
And the creator did not like me talking about it, but I'll talk about this one instead. Suits with giant bellies, it's tough. Because when you look at a belly, you're like, yeah, it's just a belly. People can have big bellies, right? But I don't know how to feel about it because honestly, like a giant inflated belly, 99 times out of 100, that's their kink. It's either just inflation or it's vor. I could definitely see con goers feeling uncomfortable with them parading their kink, their giant belly kink in public. Do I personally?
I kind of understand that because I have numerous kinks. Some I can't even bring up on camera. But I wouldn't force them on people. I mean, seriously. I mean, I wouldn't just go into a con and like, this is my kink, don't wear it out. I mean, I wouldn't do that. That's just not the way I do things. Like I said, I have some questionable kinks. I won't lie about that. I can be a bit of a freak sometimes. But I'm not going to push that on anybody. That's just not who I am. But besides that, back to the video.
Care? No. But could I see other people caring? Yes. So I honestly don't know how I feel about this one. I'm conflicted because it doesn't bother me, but I could see it bothering other people, so I'm not sure. Should they be allowed? This is where I want like the most input. I want to see what you guys think about this because I'm not sure. And I'm not saying that most of the owners bring their suits out in public or even the one I'm showing. That I don't know if he's brought it to cons. I don't know. I don't care. That's not the point. I'm just saying suits with belly. But yeah, let me know because this one's like kind of a tough one. Oh, and really quick, there's suits like this where it's clearly just vor. There's like bumps from where you could see someone inside. Yeah, no, that shouldn't be in public. I'm not talking about those because that's...
Oh, you got that right. That shouldn't be in public.
It's just a hard no, don't, no. So how about suits like this? And I'm not necessarily just talking about this suit. I'm talking about any suit that has symbols on it that may be viewed as like hate symbols or offensive towards marginalized groups or something like that. Which, yes, this flag to a lot of people does represent that. I'm not here to argue that or anything, but it does. So should suits with things that represent to many negative, harmful rhetoric, should that be allowed at cons? And clearly, no. No, God, no, that should not be allowed. It's not even a question to me, but I'm sure some people out there will...
Wait a sec, has someone stitched a Confederate flag into their food? I mean, that makes me wonder, has someone stitched a swastika or a Confederate flag or something like that into their fursuit? Has that been done? I wonder. Well, even so, that shouldn't be in a con.
Argue to the other side of that. But if you're wearing a suit that is intentionally trying to upset somebody because of just what's on your suit, you shouldn't be allowed at a convention or out in public. And if just... yeah, that one to me is an easy no. Next one's kind of accessories. Like, I know I covered it a little bit with undies, but how about like a harness on a fursuit like this? Because to me, harnesses at first when I joined the fandom, because I'm a dinosaur, I've been around a long time, were actually kind of controversial and people weren't sure about them. But now it just seems like a dime a dozen and no one cares. And honestly, I think that's probably right. Because a husky harness is just a thing that dogs wear, like when they're doing sledding and stuff, and it's just cute. It's not inherently bondage gear. It's actually just a fursuit accessory. Now, could it be that in like some people's minds? Sure, but I'd say like this accessory in particular, it's really inoffensive, and I think it's mainly just to be like, hey, this is kind of cute. Now, you can have a differing opinion, and that's okay, but in my opinion, yes, these should be allowed in public, and yes, I think that's allowed. And
yeah, that seems fine to me.
And here's another accessory, and this one is diapers on a fursuit. Should this be allowed?
Well, it's technically not my thing, but whatever floats your boat, I guess.
And this one, I'm gonna say no. And a lot of you already...
okay, but yeah, I do agree that shouldn't be in a con.
No, I am a diaper fur, whatever, I don't care. I've been out about it a while. I'm not a baby fur, but I do enjoy padding time to time. But would I wear it on my fursuit out in public ever? The answer is absolutely not. Because for me, it is inherently a kink, like an adult activity. So I view it as very like in the bedroom, closed doors type of thing. But I do know ABs or DLs that view it as just a comfort thing. But I'd still say by and large, wearing a diaper on a fursuit would make enough people uncomfortable that it's definitely something you should not do in public, and I don't think should be at cons. But again, I could definitely hear an argument for the other side of it, and I'd like to hear from you if you don't agree with me, or if you do agree with me. Like, what do you think? Because this one's interesting too. Honestly, I think that kind of covers a lot of suits that I go, should that be allowed at a convention or in public? Because I mean, every once in a while there's another one I see and I'm like, I don't know about that one. I don't know. I thought this was an interesting topic for a video because it's not just one-sided. It is my opinion, and I wanted to hear from you guys what your opinions are on this topic. Honestly, again, I want to reiterate, I'm not talking about any particular suits. I'm talking about like belly suits, hyper suits, etc. I'm not talking about just the suits I showed. I censored out their eyes to try to like add anonymity, you know, as much as you can. So again, don't go after them if you don't like them. I'm not even saying they've ever been in public with their suit, okay? Be very reasonable. But anyway, yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and make a comment. And also check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/OdenWolf. It is the best way to support me. It is how I keep doing videos for you guys every single week, almost. I take mental health breaks. But yeah, Patreon is how I'm able to live. And I'm so absolutely grateful for every single person who signs up and supports me. I cannot thank you enough. And also, I have merch. You can check it out at odenwolf.stormv.com. Pretty great stuff, like a peaking hat, which is my favorite. But yeah, check it out. And I have a P.O. box you can send me stuff to, and I will open up for you guys in a future video. But anyway, this is a fun topic for a video this week. I hope it doesn't ruffle too many feathers, because I'm trying to be open-ended about it, all right? It's not... It's just opinions. It's okay, everybody. Don't get too... up in a tiff about it. Anyway, it's been Odin, and I'm sorry I wore something inappropriate in public in 2015, okay? I've said sorry like 5 times. Anyway, goodbye. And as always, I want to thank my patrons for last month, especially Timmy at the Triple Diamond tier. Timmy is the best. That's all you need to say, really. Timmy's the best. And everybody at Diamond, Midnight Wolf, Lindsay, Conlo, Tars, Rudaro, DH, Deku Panda, and Dosey Do. Thank you all for your diamond support last month. Ungodly generous people. I don't know, like, what you can possibly say for this level of support. What else can I say but thank you? Everybody at Platinum, Father Harvest, Lurch, Wolf Medic, Cody B, Kopi, Nalia Snaxfura, JJ Bear Doberman, Zero, Zen, Dante Wolf, Luna, Leary Fulf, Dynamo, Tintanka, Wilyafa, and Tesser Wolf, Cryptid & Co., and Rox Dio. Thank you, so many of you, for your platinum support. Again, an ungodly generous amount. And I could never, ever do this without all your huge support. And everybody at Gold, Silver, and other tiers, thank you so much for last month's support.
Enjoyed this as much as I did. I mean, I agree. This kind of stuff needs to be talked about, and it doesn't ruffle my feathers at all. This was by none other than Odin Wolf. Great channel. Be sure to check him out. He does excellent videos just like this. Be sure to show him some love. Go to his Patreon. He does excellent work. Also, be sure to check out my channel, Moxie Reactions Plus Gameplays, and I hope you have a nice stay. Hope you all take care, and still, stay glassy.